Not sure if anyone can hear me yet, but yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the sound test room. If someone can just give us a shout and say, yeah, I can hear you okay, we can proceed, I think. Just let me give it just 2 secs and I shall rock and roll. Okay. Right, okay, super. Right, okay, so we're going to take a look at the IK Multimedia AX.io audio interface. And we're going to look at setting it up with the iPad, because that's what we do here at the iPad. However, it works fine with the desktop as well. It comes with some software, so when you buy it, you just install the software on your computer. Not iOS, but on the computer. And then you can make certain adjustments with it, or use it to record with your DAW on your computer, whatever, Cubase or Reason or Studio One, whatever you use, and it works fine. Okay, so it's the AX.io Solo. However, it is actually two inputs. Okay, so you can have like a guitar, and you could have another guitar or a vocal or a bass, like a microphone. So at the front here is just this 1/4 inch. We'll go along the front first. 1/4 inch jack for guitar. And this is specifically designed for guitarists because it's really, really good for guitar. And there's lots of guitarists out there, so IK figured, well, you know, they make Amplitude and stuff like that. That's cool. You also do get a version of Amplitude with this for the desktop if you buy it. Anyway, this first section here, this whole thing, these two knobs here, these two switches here, these all refer to this first input, which is for your guitar, 1/4 inch input. And you can either choose to have it for passive pickups, which I will be using, or if you've got a guitar with active pickups, you can select this bottom switch here. Then you also have the pure signal going through, or JFET signal. So the fast transistor things, I don't know about JFETs, but I know that it does make a difference, a subtle difference. And then you have like it's called Z-tone, but it's kind of like a nice kind of a subtle tone control for your guitar as well. And that will change depending on whether you're on JFET or on pure. I'd like to say hi to everybody who's here in the chat as well. Thank you, Mars Capone. Hi, Brad. Hi, Stephen, of course, and anybody else who may. Audible video. Hello, Audible, and anyone else who may be watching. Thank you very much. Right. Okay. So yeah, we've got this, the JFET or the thing. And then moving along, we have input channel 2. Now, channel 2 you can have as a microphone, and that is plugged in around the back here with this combi input. It's normal type combi. Will take XLR or 1/4 inch phono. So you're a 1/4 inch jack, sorry, and you can just plug in straight to this. Then you have your line outs left and right. Then you have external control, so you can use 2 foot pedals that can control MIDI. Again, you can set this up in the software. Then you have USB out, of course, and then you have, which is also always very handy, MIDI in and out. Now, you don't have a USB hub, but however, I am using a USB hub, so you can just plug it into that. Now, here's the thing. Let's carry on. So you've got this one. You've got 48 volt phantom for the second channel. Here you have your monitors, so you can monitor from the DAW, or you can go monitor direct, or you can blend between what's coming out of the DAW or the direct, what's going in and out of the AX.io. And then you have your headphone volume here on the front as well. And then you have the master out headphones, and then this one is a third output, and it's called amp out. This is also something you just need to go into the software and switch it on, and then it's switched on. This is very, very cool. So reamping, this will reamp. I have it set to reamp, so I'll show you how to reamp as well with your iPad. But I've never used reamping because I'm not really a guitarist or never had a call to do it, but it's very interesting. And it does lend for some interesting possibilities, even with the iPad. But the main idea of this is that if you've got guitar amps and stuff, you can go with a direct feed. And it also has a ground lift as well. So if you've got buzz and stuff in the software, you can switch this ground lift thing on and it'll kill the buzz going into this input here. Very cool. But yeah, we're gonna set it up with the iPad, and then I'll show you reamping and stuff and things like this. And it of course sounds very nice. So yeah, there it is, and there is the back again. So we've gone through basically the front and the back before we start to plug it in. I'll just quickly show you the box as well. So I want to show you what you get. You do get a version of Amplitude. There it is. Comes with Amplitude. CS, I think it is. Oh, and then you get a version of T-Rack CS. And you get Ableton Live Lite. Don't you get Ableton Live Lite with absolutely everything? So in the version of Amplitude SE there. Really nice box. Okay, so first things first. Let's get some power to it. Now, I am going to use... I'm going to stand up a sec and just find out where all my cables are. So here it is. So I'm going to plug this into the back here. So I'm just going to plug it into the back, and this will give us our power. So now we're plugged in. You won't see any power indicators unless I plug it into the computer. So what we're going to do now is take the other end of this into the iPad. Sorry, so I'm going to take the other end of this, which I have my adapter. My USB-C connector adapter for the iPad, and I'm going to plug it in. It's going to open this actually to start off. And then it's going to plug it in here like this. And now you'll see that the little red light comes on here, and that says USB, which tells us, oops, maybe I'll bring that back, which tells us that we're now connected to the actual iPad, of course, or USB. It's the same for computer as well, and you'll get MIDI in and out indicators as well if you're using MIDI, and it's always nice to have MIDI on an interface. So let's put this out of the way, don't need that. Okay, let's take a quick shufty of what's going on here. So let's open AUM quickly, and I'm going to open 2 channels for AUM, and you'll see once we open one, we'll go hardware input, and we've got AX.io solo. I don't know if you can see that. We've got AX.io solo left and right, so we can plug like a keyboard in to the front and the back and have it in stereo. That's absolutely fine. Or we can go with a guitar in or a bass for the right sort of thing. Or what some people would do would be maybe for a singer-songwriter would have their guitar in this left one here and then your microphone in this one here. Okay, so and then what we'll do is on the second, we'll set that up actually, hardware input, we'll choose this one, which is for the guitar. And then for the second one, we'll also choose, audio input, we'll choose the second one. We can turn that down because we don't need it, but this is the one that's referring to the input on the back now. Okay, so first of all, we're going to plug our guitar in. So I'm going to use my my Lacato wireless system. I'm just going to plug it in like this. I'm going to switch it on, and then I'm going to pick up my Steinberg Spirit guitar and turn on the thing for this as well. And now you can see we've got some gain going on there. So let's give it some volume. Now I'm just wondering why now you're not hearing this. There's got to be a really simple reason for this. Because I'm going oh, I know, flipping heck, you idiot. the most important thing. The most important thing. Make sure that you're actually outputting a signal. So we want to go into left and right at the back of the box. Hang on a sec. I'm going to do that for us now. So, what a donut. So this, we've got left and right going, and now I'm just going to plug it into the mixer end so we can hear what's occurring. Right, so hopefully now, there we go. Hopefully now you can hear what's going on. Right, so excuse me a minute. Okay, it's gonna get me a thing off the floor. Right, so now we have a signal going through. Is Ivan idea? Hi Ivan, how are you? Hi Wall. So totally clean signal from the guitar, right? Going into channel 1. Very nice. So here's the thing, right? So we're on passive because the Steinberg has passive pickups. So if I put it onto active, you'll get a reduction in gain because it's expecting it to be powered. Hi Colin. And then I have it on J FET. So if I put it onto pure, only the very, you know, I can hear this, but it may lose something over YouTube. But let me just see. I'll turn the microphone down so you can hear more of what's going on with the actual guitar. So it adds a little bit of upper end, the J FET, but the control now is you'll hear it more. This is on pure. It'll start from all the way to the left. Okay, and then we'll put it onto J FET. I like it about there. So there you go, clean signal on the guitar. Which is lovely. So of course you can put your amp chain in there, but if you're using this with your thing, let's go into app audio because we'll use amplitude because it's, you know, give it a second to connect. So what we got going on? Bit of Brian May. You're only hearing the plectrum sound because I've got the mic switched on, and if I turn the mic off, you wouldn't hear the pick. Anyway, it's not a video on how good my guitar tone is. Right, so let's go into some. We can pick up some presets here. Let's maybe I don't know. I think it's everything in here. So what's this? Clean twang. So this clean twang sound, right? So this is now going through amplitude. I'll turn the microphone down so you're not hearing the pick noise. So there you go. So going through channel 1 now. So now we're going to get into reamping. Okay, so reamping will let you take this signal and route it back through this output, where we can then route this output back into channel 2. So you're basically creating a loop, but not a feedback loop. This is super handy for things like, let me just do something with this tone. Let me get another preset going. Gosh, not my kind of things. Let's see, what's this? So I want something quite clean. What's this? That'll do. I want a clean tone for this. Right, so we'll go back to AUM. So, and then we've got. Brilliant. So let me put this down for a minute now, the guitar, and you're all thinking, yeah, you put the guitar down, yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to reamp this input, and we're going to use, or normally what you would do, or what you could do, is you could have, so the signal from this is now coming out of this. This is the most important thing to understand, okay? Your output and what this is a third virtual, well, it's not a virtual, it's a real third output. So it's completely independent of outputs 1 and 2 on the back. It's a completely different output, which means we can output this anywhere. So say, for instance, you just want front of house to have the output of this so they can affect it however they wish. And you've got your dry signal, whatever stage signal you want. Or say, for instance, you want this to go into a mixer for like monitor on a stage. Or you could take the output of this into a guitar amp, right? And then the microphone output could be a microphone miking up that guitar amp. So you've got 2 independent guitar signals that you can record onto your DAW. And even on the desktop, there's another way to do it as well, where even after you've recorded it, you can find another virtual output where you can take the recorded signal and reamp that as well. So that means that you can, without having to do millions of guitar takes, you can just continually reamp the sound till you get the exact sound you want. Now that's brilliant, because that means if you're the producer, your guitarist has maybe recorded it and gone home, and you can work on this as much as you like without your guitarist there, just by continually reamping and rechanging the sound. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to use a couple of these pedals. Let me just see if we can kind of go down and see what's going on. So we're going to use Black Hole, and we're going to use, I don't know how this is going to sound actually, but I'm going to plug in the pedals. So we've got Ultra Tap and Black Hole. These pedals, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a loop back into the axe and back into this. Now, if you think about this, right, this is brilliant. This lets you use all your external hardware effects as insert effects, basically, with your effects that already exist inside the iPad. And if you if you record them, you'll record them onto independent tracks, so you can mix them. You can go stereo. So it's great for guitars, but it would also work brilliantly with mono synths and stuff like that, and keys, which is dead handy as well. Right, so I'm sure you guitaristy types out there know all about reamping, you know. It's me, I don't. But let's grab some some cables, shall we? Let's see what we've got. See how far we get now. So basically, the reverb's going to be the last thing in the chain. So we're going to take output 1, which is the mono output, and I'm just going to run this back into the back of here into input number 2. Okay. And then we're going to take the input here. So I'm going to go from the amp output into the first input. So amp out into in on the ultra tap, and then the out of the ultra tap, so the first out of the ultra tap into the in of the black hole. And now we should have theoretically a loop on this channel, and we can set our gain and everything here. So, and bearing in mind, remember what I said, that see, this is now taking the input from channel 1 and routing it back. We're looping it back into the second input on the back of the AXIO. So let's get ourselves some sort of level here. Here we go. Now what you're hearing now is the ultra tap. Let me just choose a different preset. Okay, so let's switch on black hole. So here's black hole. But you see how, see, now, well now, let's blend in this one. And maybe this time it might be a nice idea to hear something a bit more aggressive. Maybe that's gonna work. I don't know. But what we could do, we could take it a step further now. Let's just add another couple of nodes in here. For this one we didn't need to do that actually, but let's go with stereo processing. Let's go with stereo panning, and on this one I'm just going to take it over here. So now you've just got like this over here. We'll add another one here. Actually, I can always add that there. Whereas it's stereo processing, and I'll add this one over here. Now we can mix between the two. Brilliant, eh? Brilliant. So that reamping thing is, let's put that down, is really, really good. I was really impressed, and because for ages I was thinking reamping. Why would they use that? Why? But obviously it has like lots of wondrous possibilities. If you record this into Cubasis, you're recording it onto 2 separate tracks. Oh gosh, loads and loads of control. Let me have a drink. thirsty. Now the rest of this is kind of, you know that it's great for guitar. We've set it up like this. The rest of this is kind of going to be, let's just set it up now with, we can leave all this plugged in, and I've got like, here we go. Shove it under there. Actually, we don't want to shove it under there because I want my thingy, but we can shove them under there out the way. So you need to get a hub. You're gonna need a hub, but just so that you can see that we can set this up via MIDI. What could we do via MIDI? I suppose. Let me see. I'm going to just get I'll get the key step. 37. Let me go and get me plug for that, because if I'm using MIDI I need to power it up. Flipping heck. Do you know what? I'm not kidding. The cable and nightmare in here. Alright. Okay, so we've got some power going on here. I'm going to take a MIDI cable and plug it into MIDI out. And go to MIDI in on the back here. Where are we? Okay. So now what we've got, if we've got like what have I done here? I don't matter. Right. So what we've got, if we run a synth now on number 3, let's run Sampletron. We won't see, when we open this up, we won't see the Arturia, but we will see Axe.io Solo as a MIDI source, which is really handy. So if you've got some older keyboards maybe that don't have the newer like USB, if you've got one, or you've got ones that have both like this, you can have multiple setups. So if we just select this now, and you'll see that we've got a MIDI in indicator now. Now, of course, you can run MIDI out as well if you want to. If you've got a software synth and you want to control some... I had it run the Cobalt earlier with like Riffer and that. But the again, like I said, I normally, if you were gonna do reamping, you'd need a DI box, obviously, and then you kind of need some sort of reamping gear to reamp everything. So I think it's really good. You take, I do like Sampletron. So it works great as an interface. Let's try it as we don't need that now. Let's try this. I'll unplug the MIDI from the back. I just want to make sure that we can actually use it with a USB as well. But of course, we need to plug the USB into... I know I've gone a bit dull. We need to plug the USB into the actual... into our hub, because don't forget our hub is going into the Axe.io is going into the hub is going into this, so anything that passes through the hub is passing through this. So let's plug this in. Let's plug into the Arturia key step, which place we don't need power, but we'll leave it switched on anyway, because it will take power from this now. If I unplug this, the mains power supply, it should, if I switch it on, get its power from the hub. So that's cool. Anyway, so now all we need to do basically is change over the synth to our key step 37 now, which has been recognized through the axe. Master volume. Lovely. And there you go, guys. It's taken us half an hour to go through the entire thing. It just works. But these audio interfaces do. But like I said, you know, for guitar, it's very, very lovely. I think the actual it shines for if you're a guitarist, because set that back in a minute. Let's see what we've got going on. I am doing a proper video with amplitude. I'm just getting around to. I'm not flipping out. These things are just too much. I can't. I have to dig in. It's nice. Awesome stuff. I tell you what is dead impressive. The Brian May one. The Brian May one is just absolutely awesome. You know, if you've got, I mean, I like know the sounds. I can't play Queen anyway, but let's see. I'm reading some of the chat here if I missed anything good, and Joe's dealing with it anyway. So right, just gonna have another drink. I'll be off tomorrow. I'll be having a day off tomorrow. And possibly Sunday. Oh, no, I'm back on Sunday. Sunday evening I will definitely be streaming. Well, you know, all being well. So, like, if you're familiar with Queen, I'm not really a guitarist. I can knock out a few chords. I am getting a little bit better though. So this is a Brighton Rock from Live Killers. You know, the solo he does, but the sound. But now, for instance, like, and we've got Don't Stop Me Now solo. Fat Bottom Girls. And you get what it is cool, because you get the classic Brian May. You get the Red Special pickup configuration. This was all designed in collaboration with him, by the way, as well. And I've seen people actually play the Brian May stuff with this, and made it sound. It just sounds like, you know, the record, but I'm not going to sound like the record, obviously. Anyway, that. So the cool thing is, once we've got a tone that we like, we can now blend between our special tone, which is the one with the eventide effects as well. And apply as many more effects as we like, obviously. Beans. So I hope you find that entertaining. Well, useful if you're ever considering getting an Axe IO, because it does things other audio interfaces just don't do. It's particularly with the actual the reamping. The reamping is really very cool. And the extra control it gives you over your actual guitar tone is really nice as well. Plus, it's like been configured to like either you work best with passive pickups, i.e. the Steinberger has passive pickups, or active pickups, or just want your pure tone, or you want a JFET. The JFETs, I think, the transistors were really good for it's using mega high gain sounds, but keeping the noise levels under control. I think there's some sort of resistance going on. It works really well with a JFET circuit, and that's what they put in here. Don't forget also that on channel 2 here, you do have the ability to run 48 volt phantom power for your microphones and stuff like that. So, you know, it's all very cool. Monitoring is nice. It's nice to be able to monitor between the direct and the DAW as well. That's always really very handy, because you get some software with it if you're into using it on a desktop. Sorry about that, knocking the thing. So yeah, I think it's I think it was nice. It's very cool. We'll be doing a proper amplitude, but I want to run the amplitude to do with things like, you know, session not okay, but with oh dear, what am I doing here? I think, how do I get it to go on to me? This section is not available during. Right. When I open it up normally, I want to do it with like the recording stuff and things like that. I'm sorry, I'm just reading the chat. Anyway, it's brilliant. I'm really impressed. I think it's really good. I think they've done a really good job. There's not a lot you can say really. I think my favourite feature is the actual reamping of being able to mix and blend your hardware with your software so well and so easily. Is a really cool thing. You just got to remember that you turn this feature on in the software, and it's just literally one click. It just sends. It just says send this to this, and you can only do it with the first input. By the way, as well, you can't reamp both. That wouldn't work, would it? You know. But there you go. Anyway, gang, I will play a bit more guitar for a few minutes, but not that tone, because like I am not Brian May. But there are lots of patches and different. Oh, this is the. It is very bright, mate. This is from this is the sound from Under Pressure, but don't forget that I have it blended with what's going on with Black Hole and stuff. So I'll let you say ta-ra to each other for a few minutes while I frighten you all away with some guitaring. Thanks everybody for joining me. I'll see you all on Sunday evening.